There we go. Check that we are on and going. Very nice. Ah, yes. Oh! Way too early, my guy. Slow down. We've barely begun the adventure. Eye of the Dragon. Life. What's it called? The Dragon's Sight. We shall see if it will be necessary. Kryl is glad for your return. Oh! Cannot have an autoplay in this kind of situation. Athai! My, what a pleasant surprise. If you've come to inquire about the Archons, fear not. Master Matoya's treatment has proven effective in stabilizing their corporal ether. We mustn't grow complacent, however. Potent though these magics may be, they are not without limits. We can only hope to afford enough time for the Crystal Exarch to complete his work. If only we could go with you to the first and help. Pardon the interruption, but I come bearing urgent news. Ah, Athai, who this? It's been far too long, my friend. Ahem. Forgive me, I do not believe we have been formally introduced. No. Maxima, former Garlean ambassador. I remain here in Eorzea under the auspices of Commander Aldin, offering whatever counsel I can in hopes of resolving the present conflict with the Empire. Ah, yes, I have heard stories of the defector from Garlemald, but never mind that. You said you have urgent news. Indeed. As you may have heard, the Imperial capital is in turmoil, and a sizable portion of the Garlean forces have been recalled from the Gimlach Dark. With their numbers so greatly diminished, the main host of the Alliance has withdrawn, leaving the Alamegan resistance to keep watch of the border. And it is there we have welcomed most unexpected visitor who claims that the de-escalation may belie growing dangers and unforeseen threats. Commander Alden has arranged for an impromptu meeting to discuss these revelations. He has also requested that the representative of the Scions attend as well, though it was clear to whom he wished to extend this invitation. It would seem time is of the essence. Well, you'll not be attending this meeting alone, though I'm not as well versed in the affairs of city-state as our comrades. I see no reason to burden a single Scion with all this. Yes, of course. Then we must make for the Alamegan quarter with all haste. Well, what are you waiting for? Get going, you two! And that we shall. It would seem Kryl is the more central character this time around, I suppose. To Kia Albania. Brrrk. Commander Aldwin awaits us in the royal palace. If you would follow me. Is there voice acting? Whoa, it's Gaius! Guys!
They're here, Commander.
Do I recognize his face, though?
And I, for one, am grateful that they are. Told you've been busy since our paths last crossed at the Gimlet Dark. Not that I understand half of it. When the science spoke of other worlds, I'd struggled to describe what I pictured. Mayhap things would seem clearer were I to hear the tale from your own lips. But I'm afraid the situation will not afford us that luxury. I trust you two require no introduction.
We have met, yes.
We meet again, hero of Eorzea.
But this time with a way deeper voice. Yo!
Must we repeat this ridiculous display? I pose no threat to you, though what I come to warn you of very well might.
Had he meant to do us harm, I hazard he would have kept to the shadows. And brought more than 2 companions.
The best spies hide in the light.
We need not pretend to be the best of friends, but I hope we can put aside our differences for the present.
As you are doubtless aware, Sir Estinian and I cooperated to rid the world of Black Rose in your absence.
We were a dynamic duo. And we were kind of awesome.
Our journey together took us as far as the Imperial Palace, where we witnessed Emperor Varus meet his death at Xenos' hand.
What a tragedy. I care
Being the sole
so
witnesses
much.
to this crime, and in no position to defend our innocence, we were then forced to flee, each pursuing his own avenue of escape.
Well, you were alone in a royal castle.
When we were later reunited, Estinian claimed to have encountered an unfamiliar kind of machina during his flight. But to me, his description seemed anything but. And upon further investigation, I found that I was right. The Empire is developing a new Ultima weapon.
Oh, great. That's why I,
What,
Gaius,
that
need to be in the story.
monstrosity created to vanquish primals, with which you yourself once thought to conquer Eorzea.
Thank you, I haven't forgotten, but yes.
The same. In my foolishness, I sought to harness its power, and became the Ascian's pawn in so doing. But you know as well as I how that tale ended. The weapon itself, excavated from beneath this very city, was destroyed ere we could fully unravel its secrets, and that should have been the end of it. But unlikely as it sounds, the Empire's efforts to recreate it have somehow borne fruit, primarily through secret research conducted by the 7th Imperial Legion, it would seem.
Wait, the 7th was all but annihilated at Cartano, along with its legatus.
Indeed, few survived. The 7th, as it is now, has little in common with the Legion led by Vandarnus, and its leadership has changed hands several times since. Precisely how this project has continued despite such turmoil, and under whose auspices, remains a mystery. What we do know, however, is that a number of prototypes have been produced, and that one of them is on its way to Eorzea.
Well, where are the others?
We attempted to stop it, but it was all we could do to slow its progress, so we resolved instead to bring you warning.
Thanks, we'll deal with
I'm
them
right
one
glad
by
that
one.
you did, though it soundly dashed our hopes that tensions might ease at last.
As it is, we've begun to strengthen our presence in the Gimlet Dark, and are assembling a force to meet the coming threat. A force with you in its vanguard, I hope.
That would be too OP.
Before you say
Grab on.
anything, I know full well you have pressing concerns of your own. Your comrades remain in peril, and I would not ask you to forsake them.
Actually, I've taken a kind of a vacation.
That you and you alone have faced the Ultima weapon and emerged victorious. We need you.
I had the hand of God on my side.
And so,
but yes.
when the time comes, if your comrades can spare you, I bid you lend us your strength. I've assigned an officer to await your word.
The Ascian's downfall was to be the work of my remaining days. But it was my hand that kindled these flames, and I cannot allow them to spread any further. I will do what I must to see this mistake consigned to history once and for all. Even if it means begging your aid. The Fates will enjoy the irony, even as I endure the ignominy.
The what? Fucking Shakespeareans.
I too shall make for the border and offer my skills, meager though they seem in such company. Mayhap we shall meet there anon.
We shall meet there anon. Maybe, perhaps, mayhap, you know.
Though we can ill afford to ignore the coming of a new Ultima weapon, our friend's plight grows ever more precarious, and none save you can join them in the first. I only hope you are not forced to make a choice.
Word. Word, word. I hope you are not forced to make a choice, and rather, you are free to make a choice. As ever, the way forward is paved with difficult decisions. We can ill afford to ignore the threat of the new Ultima weapon. But with each new passing day, the plight of the Scions grows ever more perilous. If you cannot stay for a debriefing on the Ultima weapon, I will not stop you. I will only ask that you confer with me before returning to the first. Dun, 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 dun. Yeah. I take it you're ready to return to the first. Then I would ask of you to apprise the others of the recent events here in the source, namely Xenos' return and the development of a new Ultima weapon. As for the bodies, you may assure them Master Matoya and I will continue doing what we can to keep their corporeal ether stable. Safe travels, Athai. I hope to see you. And the other Scions, too. Soon. Or whatever. You know what I mean? And so he teleported into another dimension. As he does. Ah. You've come at a most opportune time, my friend. I've made something of a breakthrough in my research on the soul and a means to return to the Scion's home. I trust you have been making good use of your time. Yeah, 100%. I unlocked the 2P raid, the thingamajiggies, the dwarves were very nice. Ill tidings from the source, you say? Then I shall summon the others, that we may all be apprised of the situation.
Now that we are all here, what news from the source?
Some shit happened, you know what I mean?
A new Ultima weapon. We must count ourselves lucky that Gaius has pledged his assistance.
While this is indeed a worrying development, I think the state of the Empire as a whole greater grounds for concern. With the Emperor slain and Xenos returned, it is impossible to predict how matters will unfold in Garlemald. The Ultima weapon may be but the first of many unpleasant surprises.
The situation beareth closer observation, of that there is no doubt, and doth compound our need to return unto the source.
Then let us address that issue. Our long search for a means to see you safely home may well be nearing its conclusion. Thanks in large part to Urianger and Becklug's invaluable insight, we have succeeded in fashioning a vessel for the journey.
Will we be younger, or shall we stay old?
We set out to create a crystalline container retaining the more useful properties of white morosite, but without its regrettable limitations. And after a good deal of trial and error, we made one. An ark for soul and mind both, that will allow your incorporeal self in its entirety to be ferried between worlds. A spirit vessel, if you will. However...
However?
The
However!
vessel is possessed of the requisite qualities to hold mind and memory. It wanteth yet for a means to receive of them. For that, we must needs imbue it with the Exarch's innate gift.
Well, how lucky we are.
A gift that lives on only through the blood of the Allegan Emperors, which certainly does not flow within Orosite or any other crystal.
Just so, milady. The blood serveth as a conduit of sorts. In its absence, memory cannot pass from mind unto mind, nor from flesh unto crystal.
That being the case, we must either alter the process of inheritance so as to require no such thing, or determine a means by which my blood may permeate the vessel. I am hopeful that the records found within this tower will yield the knowledge we require to pursue one or the other of these avenues.
As well you should be. The Allegan's body of etherological research is extraordinary. I can scarce believe it the work of ages past. But its underlying principles are not so very different from those of my own field of study. Given time, we will find the answers we seek.
I know that you can ill afford to wait, and it pains me that I must ask you to do so. I can only reaffirm my promise to you that a solution will be found.
Science does in fact take time.
Whatever
It isn't
takes,
magic.
I will see you safely home.
It does, however, involve magical properties, of course.
My apologies.
But
I do hope you haven't come to tell us that mortal peril fast approaches.
No. I had hoped to speak with the Warrior of Darkness.
Warrior of Darkness.
But there is no need to cut short your meeting on my account. I will be waiting outside.
Alright. Yeah. Just what I like to hear.
She knows I don't mind. Unless she didn't want to.
Wow.
Perhaps I might accompany you. Though I am woefully ill-qualified to assist in the Exarch's research, I may yet be of some use to Lena.
Is this gonna be like a slice of life chapter? Holy shit. Final Fantasy, the sitcom. Bra-da-da. With the one in red, the cat and the rabbit shall make amends. There's something between them which they sense, both of them, but they have no way of really telling each other. So, one simply made the leap after a while, and they started a life together. Isn't that so grand? I must confess, while I enjoy my fair share of scholarly research, it'll be good to step outside for a spot in the fresh air. Now then, Satedo! Shall we go and speak with Lina? Or Lina? Uh-huh. Do-do-do-do-do-do-do. We have a little time, so I will be brief. A senator has been sighted in Lakeland, and I ask for your assistance in slaying it. A senator? I'd heard of a few. Some few remained after the knight had returned, but perhaps we should call the others. That will not be necessary. It will only be a single sin eater. A simple task for our guard, I should think. That said, I believe fighting alongside the Warrior of Darkness will be valuable experience for them. Peace can lead to complacency, and they gain nothing from an easy victory. But you do not underestimate your foes, however. Harmless they may seem. My men would do well to learn from your example. Let's be about it then. Huzzah! Why not Alphino? He's very powerful. Yo! Yeah? You little bitch. You can't be serious. Come now, Athai. What could be more inspiring than fighting alongside the renewed Warrior of Darkness himself? You're right. I am the best. Excellent. Then let us make for Ford's job. If you would wait here for a moment, I will gather the others. You may not remember, but you have met these soldiers once before, though only in passing. Long have they awaited the opportunity to fight by your side. But your side. I was a death store the day that the Sin Eaters attacked. If you and yours hadn't come along, I would have likely stepped through, and I wouldn't have been alone. I would have been alone. Your courage and selfishness is something we will aspire to. We all aspire to. I too was there that terrible day. My friend was transformed into a Sin Eater before my very own eyes. And I have no choice but to cut her down. I had no choice but to cut her down. The thought of remaining to the field, of holding the blade again, it filled me with dread. But that is no way to honor her or my comrades. And so I have returned. I have returned. I swear I will not let you or anyone else down from this day forward. Yeah? A pleasure to meet you, sir, truly. It seems only yesterday I watched as you took the fight astride for the Amara to save the Oracle. Strange to think that the Ilmara soldiers were once locked blades with and now on our side. But we will do our utmost to keep the peace here in Lakeland. We seem to be missing one. Yo, what's up? Hey! My apologies, Captain Lena. An elderly gentleman asked that I escort him to Clement. It took longer than I anticipated. I'll not begrudge your desire to help those in need, but a soldier must be punctual, especially when we play host to honored guests. It won't happen again. The name's Thaler. Thaler? And I'm sure you don't remember, but we met before in the infirmary. Oh! Yes, I recall this. I don't remember exactly when. I asked you to deliver a message to the Exarch and the Warrior of Darkness. Little did I know I was already talking to him. Don't give up. Don't give in. I keep those words close to my heart. And the boundless, beautiful skies above serve as a reminder of their importance. My friend got me to see the knight's return shortly before he passed. He left this world with a smile, satisfied with a glimpse of what was to come. But there are countless others who weren't so fortunate. They gave him their lives. They gave their lives for the promise of a future they'll never know. And so, it falls to us to do everything we can to fulfill that purpose, that promise. No matter what happens, we won't give up. We won't give in. Your heroism has inspired all of our guardsmen, in much the same manner. Our scouts in the northern staging point have not had the pleasure of meeting you in person. Let us keep them. Let us not keep them waiting. Let us not keep them waiting. Oh, I don't have flying here. Because this little area right here is very difficult. And I haven't been able to traverse it. And I don't refuse. But I have a mission. Or a principle. Where I shall try my absolute dangest to actually kind of find the things on my own before I Google. Do 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 do. Do 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 bra bra bra. Dun 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 dun. Ha! Yeah! Heroes on our way to adventure. Very epic, accompanying music, of course. It is only customary. Obviously. But these are new guys.
Did you slay this eater? Your orders were to await the main force before engaging.
No, Captain. It wasn't us, I swear it. A man came out of nowhere and cut it down before we knew what was happening.
By himself? Certainly it is no light warden, but nevertheless.
It's true. Felled it with a single swing of his axe, he did. I've never seen anything like it. So I says to him, who are you, the warrior of bleeding darkness?
Everyone wants a paycheck. Just a little
And he
bit
says,
more.
no, I'm a warrior of light. And that was it. Buggered off as quick as he came.
A warrior of light?
Oh, that's right.
Why would someone go around calling himself that, though? It was those bastards who caused the flood.
Are we like in a temporal state?
I mean, if you were going to pretend to be anyone, it'd be him, the warrior of darkness.
Eh? Oh, I didn't know. It's an honor.
I cast a large figure. Yes. Bye, Sin Eater.
Since the Eater is no longer a threat, our work here is done. Return to your posts.
I had hoped to fight at your side today. But I'll continue to follow your example, and may we meet again.
Yeah. 100%.
I apologize for the wasted journey. It seems I overestimated the threat.
It's never a wasted journey. Worrying about the lives
As
of the
for
soldiers
this
defending this
warrior of
land.
light, I do not know who would be brazen enough to take that mantle for his own. Whatever it may once have meant, it is forever tainted by the association with the flood.
I hear it's some clean-shaven
The Exarch
bastard.
told me the truth of Ardbert and his comrades' deeds, and I am aware they played some part in your own triumph.
What?
But to most, they are synonymous with the calamity that befell this world.
But
Still, if this man is minded to destroy Sin Eaters, I may forgive him his unfortunate choice of alias.
Yo, the fact that their story is actually being told at all.
But that is neither here nor there. I thank you for accompanying me.
With that concluded, shall we return to the Crystarium? There is a proposal I should like to make.
Oh! Are you coming on to me, Alfino? I know I am
Forgive me.
looking like a
There
child,
is one more thing.
but I am none.
A personal concern of mine. I had hoped you might have a moment to speak privately.
Take your time. I shall go on ahead.
I will not mince words. This matter concerns the Exarch.
So much acting, I love it.
Though his countenance belies his age, his demeanor never has. He has seen more than any man should and grown ever more weary with time. But I see I give the wrong impression. While it is true he attempted to open a letter with a salmon fillet the other evening, we are not here because I suspect his mind is deteriorating. Nor do I believe him to be so maddeningly unconcerned by the prospect of his own death as he once was. Indeed, the opposite is true.
So this is why she's being so reserved with him.
It is for this reason that I seek your advice. Since he
Damn.
returned from the Tempest, the Exarch is not as he was. He seems a different man. A younger man. I know not the details of his research, but when I saw him at work recently, there was a glint in his eye that I
At
had never
work?
seen before. He looked happy. It was as if he had peered into the future and for the first time found joy there.
He's looked pretty happy whenever he's with me. But,
Though it
I see your point.
gladdens me to see him thus, I wonder if I should not keep my distance. I fear that my presence will only anchor him to the past. Remind him of all the pain that came before.
No. Anchors. He's lost without you, you know, and he missed you already. Nope. Anchors keep us safe. Keep us wherever we have chosen to be. Yes, that's true. But no, that's not what I wanted to say. But this is so garbage. He's lost without you, you know, and he missed you already. And that's true. I saw it firsthand in the room just earlier, but this should be like a where we've chosen to be. Yeah, that's right. Because if he didn't want to be with you, he would have already separated. He would have already put boundaries.
Then perhaps we might remain as we were. As we have always been. What a relief. In that case, I will have to speak with him about the amount of time he is spending at work.
Listen, if it's meant to be, it's going to happen already. It's going to happen anyways.
But if he refuses to consider his own health, I will have to consider it for him.
I will not keep you. You and your comrades have much to discuss. I will see the others back to their posts. Gee. Do 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 do. Brava. Ah, ignore the bitterness. It has to happen. Yeah, batch. The others was quite shocked to hear what we have found in Lakeland. What was that? What was that? I don't recall. But now that you're here, there's a proposal I should like to make. I've been spending a great deal of time in the Cabinet of Curiosity, and of late I have noted more and more people pursuing... I suspect they wish to know more about the Warriors of Light. As well they should, but nearly everything I've come across describes them as sin-eaters or worse. Regardless of whether or not this is the Warriors of Light is who they claim to be, I worry that their sudden appearance in conjunction with this renewed interest in their predecessors may lead to growing unrest and fear. If the people of the Crystarium seek the truth, I shall give it to them. I too can attest to the falsehoods found within so full many of the Cabinet's tomes, with nary a mention of the noble deeds of Albert and his comrades. To be fair, they bear some responsibility for the flood. But when the tale is told again and again over the course of a century, I am not surprised to see that their roles distorted. Their roles distorted and them painted as villains. Were it not for the records stored within the Crystal Tower, I too would have had no reason to question the narrative. Unfortunately, the knowledge was of no use. For when I arrived here, in the first, their reputation had already been irreparably tarnished. That said, there still remain those who worked tirelessly to defend their good name in those early days following the flood. Considering all the good they had done, I find it a wonder they needed defending at all. They brought to justice the man who misused my knowledge to bring about the fall of Vilbord. That such heroes would be spoken of in the same breath as sin eaters is absurd. Under normal circumstances, I would agree. But as time passed, those who knew firsthand of their deeds dwindled. And in the end, only the truth remained. Only one truth remained. That they were the cause of the flood. A retcon, if you will. With a word of the brink of oblivion. What? Oh, with a world on the brink of oblivion. It was all too easy for the warriors of light to become villains, deserving only resentment and hate. At that point, the truth mattered little. At that point, the truth mattered little. It would not change their lot. Thanks to all of you, however, their lot has changed. And now, they may heed the long-forgotten truth. You claimed it was Albert, who helped you overcome Emmett Selk, correct? Such a revelation would do well to sway the hearts of those who know him only as a villain. I have shared this with the select few. But one and all must be told of his sacrifice. To that end, I say we proceed with Alphino's plan. We call together the people of the Crystarium and recount them the true tale of the Warriors of Light and the flood following in their wake. So we're gonna get like a flashback, for real? Shouldn't Minfilia be here? Minfilia? Well, what say you, Athai? Spread the word, I say! I wish we would have done this sooner. Fuck! We mustn't dwell on the past. Fuck. In hindsight, I agree. But better late than never, no? Exarch, might I ask of you to continue working with Beck Lug on your means of returning home? The rest of us will see to the gathering of the people and the Crystarium in the Excedra. We have to reach out to anyone and everyone who might be willing to lend an ear. With any luck, word will spread and more will accompany them. Oh! So we're gonna like run around and talk to everyone? The guy in the library, the guy over there, the guy over there, and the guy over there. Bring ding dee da, bow bow ba da, wow wow. Now who dis? Uh-huh. Well, well. To what do I owe the pleasure? Whatever it is, I must ask you to be brief. With the night returned, visitors have been flocking to the Crystarium, and I find myself too busy by half. I don't mind it though. Seeing the stairs so full of life and excitement, one can almost forget about the flood ever happened. That the flood ever happened. The Warriors of Light. Yes, the Exarch has mentioned them before, but everyone knows them as the cardinal virtues. Or are you suggesting there's more to it than that? Well, you've yet to steer us wrong. You've yet to steer us wrong. Steer us wrong. So I'm willing to hear what you have to say. Nice, so we got one guy. We're getting the lying man. Come to browse wares in the market, have you? Well, I can guarantee you'll have no trouble finding what you need, whatever it may be. Under Yulmore's new leadership, trade has never been more prosperous. Word is that the fellow of Daedalus Stoneworks has taken over as mayor. Did he really? Little wonder business is booming the way it is. I imagine it won't be long before all of Norvrant reaps the benefits, but you've not come to talk about the market. Something on your mind? I see. The Exarch did mention that that something had to do with your returning of the night to Norvrant. All right, consider my interest piqued. Da. Athai, my, what a wonderful surprise. Though I hope your being here doesn't mean someone's been hurt. Thanks to you, I've had far fewer patients coming through my door of late, which is a shame, come to think of it. I have had fewer opportunities to test my new medicines. Hiccup. Sorry, everybody. Hehe. I jest, of course. It's actually been quite pleasant to have a few moments to myself now and again. The truth about the Warriors of Light. But the Exarch's already spoken to me about them. Well, if there's more to the tale, I'd very much like to hear it. Bra. I believe I am running the correct way here. Yeah, that looks like it. %. Never any doubt, you know what I mean? No regrets. No regrets. None at all. We march to our destination. Yo! Catless. Well, what a coincidence. I was just reading over the letter I received from Grere not long ago. He says a visitor from the Custarium found him at the bottom of the ocean. Bottom of the ocean, and that he inspired him to reach a new artistic heights. Well, I can only think of one person capable of both feats. Though I'd say the latter is far more impressive. To think fate could bring the two of you together in such a place. It wasn't exactly fate, but yeah. I'm sorry? Do you mean the Exarch didn't tell you about the whole story about the Warriors of Light? Well, whatever he's left unsaid, I'm all ears. Do. Where you at, librarian man? Ah. Ah. No, this can't be. Surely there's at least one book here that doesn't cast the Warriors of Light and their deeds in such a negative light. Oh, Athai, forgive me. The Cabinet of Curiosity has been bustling with visitors of late. But I fear our repository lacks for the knowledge they seek. The people wish to know about the truth of the Flood, the Warriors of Light. I have searched high and low, but alas, every account portrays them as no better than the Sin Eaters, abominations only worthy of scorn and resentment. I know they were not always judged so harshly, yet I can find no proof, and I dare call myself a librarian. You would address the people and tell them of the truth of the Warriors of Light, of the Flood? How wonderful! You have regaled me with the tale once before. But I should love to hear it again. Oh, and you may be assured I will not come alone. That's what we like to hear, man. That's what we like to hear. Ra-da-da, da-da. There you are. Between the four of us, I dare say we've swept the Crystarium from top to bottom. Where'd you go? Now we need but wait for the people to gather. I think I've seen a screenshot of this sometime. Is this like an iconic scene or whatever?
Yes, this looks to be nearly everyone. Let us begin, shall we? Though I am usually the first to hold forth at such events, I think on this occasion that honor should fall to you.
What?
They would be more inclined to take the word of the Warrior of Darkness.
Yeah.
Indeed. In light of the subject matter, who better than thee to speak these truths?
I am the bringer of the night. I shall speak to the populace of the truth of the Warriors of Light. They were awesome, just as me. But they failed, for they were not as cool as me. Alas, I stand before you here today to tell you how awesome they are, from my own lips. Does that not bring into perspective their sheer awesomeness? When I, coolest of them all, tell the tale of their tale, as a part of my tale, were it not for them, I would not be as awesome as I am today. Yet, as I said, I tell theirs. They are the main character. I never was.
Wicked White. The Warriors of Light did all that?
It's true.
So they never... I mean, they only ever wanted to help. And when everything they'd done turned to ash, they still carried on.
Man, word of mouth is pretty powerful.
They gave everything to stop the flood. First their lives, then their souls. And they managed it too, in the end. They saved us. And we cursed their names.
With all due respect, it was Minfilia who stopped the flood. Right?
This should go a long way towards clearing the air.
But is this the imposter? It's the imposter! He has no beard!
Impossible.
You also see him, huh? You see him too?
I definitely see something. You don't think it's a ghost, do you?
Nay, yonder standeth no bloodless apparition, but a warrior of light and darkness both. Ardbert.
And none of his
What
friends.
in the world?
It's you! The one who slew the Eater!
That it should be the warrior of darkness who brought the truth to light. You've saved me a fair bit of time. Though I have a few words of my own to say, if I may.
I really thought there was gonna be like a cyborg of some sort. Like an emotionless husk.
Crystarium. I am Ardbert. One of those you know as a warrior of light.
That's impossible. You should be dead.
Aye, that I should. But as the world has been given new life, so too have I. I know not why I, and I alone, have been gifted this chance. But I do know this. Only by the will of the star itself could such a miracle come to pass.
Oh, that's awesome.
The hero who stands before you now, the warrior of darkness, is not of this world. And the day will come when he must return to his home.
I've already been to my home, but yes.
But this land is our home. And if it is to remain so, now and forevermore, it is we who must protect it. The time to rely on saviors from afar has passed. It is you who must rise. You who must become the new warriors of light.
What? Us? Warriors of Light?
All you need is an echo.
None of us were born heroes, my friend. I was only ever a man with a thirst for adventure. But wherever my journeys took me, I was invariably confronted with the same choice. To lend what aid I could to those in need, or not. And I always chose the former. Any one of you could do the same.
Yikes, that's 2 takes.
All you need is the will to help your fellow man, and the resolve to see it through.
From thine own lips did we learn of Ardbert's fate, and by thy countenance I gather thou art not inclined to recant thy testimony. Yet whosoever this man may be, his words hold truth and resonate with the citizenry besides. For us to voice our doubts here and now would serve but to sow disquiet.
Well, the Scion's gonna start distrusting me.
Under the ocular and there discuss this matter in private.
Irian J, you betrayed us before.
Stay here and watch.
You are loyal through sheer disobedience. I shall await your counterattack. Your hidden strike. Your blade from the asshole. Where you least expect it.
So, that is a warrior of light of the first.
I didn't see the pic.
I've not had the pleasure of making his acquaintance, but as you all seem to be in agreement, I gather this is no simple case of mistaken identity.
As far as I was able to discern, that was indeed Ardbert. It has been a long time, but not that long. Could he truly have been resurrected as he claims?
If he was resurrected, he wouldn't know it was him. The Warrior of Light was resurrected, like the player character was resurrected. I think. It's very confusing. But it isn't him. It looks like him and sounds like him, but it isn't him. As a man of science, I would elaborate. Alas, I cannot. I can only pick the most descriptive answer and go from there. In this binary choice bullshit.
Ardbert did entrust his very soul unto thee. I see no reason to question thy judgment.
Right.
Nor I. To my eyes, your ether burns as brightly as the day you slew Emmett Selk. That is proof that he is with you still.
Yet that which standeth now before the people is far more than a passing imitation. I am reminded of the cardinal virtues, though a sin-eater he is not. Which leaveth but one plausible explanation.
That he is an Ascian.
He's evil!
Given their fondness for posthumous possession, I would have to agree.
But which one?
From what I understand, the Warriors of Light were laid to rest in Yulmore by those whom they had aided in life. At the time, some few still remembered them as heroes. Needless to say, 4 of them were subsequently exhumed to serve as the virtues. And if one knew where to look, Ardbert too would not have been difficult to find.
Assuming then that this is indeed the work of an Ascian, my mind inevitably turns to the last remaining paragon to survive the Sundering.
Elidibus. That Xenos hath reclaimed his own flesh is known. Thus evicted from his borrowed form and cognizant no doubt of Emmett Selk's failure here in the first, 'tis quite possible the emissary chose Ardbert for his next vessel.
Yeah.
Inhabiting the flesh of the fallen. My, that is unsavory. And they do this often, you say?
Mayhap.
Verily, for they possess no corporeal forms of their own. In what one may term their natural state, none save those gifted with the echo can perceive them. Indeed, when Elidibus intruded upon the waking sands, his presence did go unmarked by all save Minfilia and the Warrior of Light. On that occasion, I myself remained ignorant of his coming until after his departure. 'Twas only at a later juncture, when he deigned to appear before me in borrowed flesh, that I was finally able to take the measure of him.
Ah.
In such puppetry do the Ascians engage when they seek to influence the course of history.
So Urianger could not see La Habrea until he appeared in the form of Thancred.
Single-handedly built the Garlean Empire in this manner, while La Habrea came close to conquering Eorzea, having taken possession of Thancred's living body.
Yet it must needs be noted that the Ascians cannot avail themselves of all mortal vessels. For were they able to do so, none would serve as a better pawn than our own redoubtable champion.
Alas, I'm not dead.
Mayhap the blessing of light shieldeth Hydaelyn's chosen from Ascian influence. Or mayhap other forces are at work. We cannot say for certain.
Whatever the reason, I hope it holds true.
Theory until
I
confirmation.
Contemplate what might come to pass otherwise.
Is it not peculiar, then, that Albert's mortal remains should be susceptible, given that he was once a warrior of light? Or did the final departure of his soul make it possible, perhaps? Regardless, to hear an Ascian use him to call forth new warriors of light boggles the mind.
Elidibus hath ever been an enigma, his ostensible purpose being to preserve the balance between light and dark. When he made overtures towards me, however, I was afforded a glimpse behind the mask of the self-appointed emissary. I shall not defend mine actions, undertaken in pursuit of a better understanding of our foe as either wise or prudent. Nevertheless, what little I did glean may now prove useful. Elidibus possesseth a subtle mind, practiced in the art of manipulation. That he coaxed this star's most valiant heroes as far as the source with naught save half-truths is no trifling.
Hold on, I gotta read this again. Possesseth a subtle mind, practiced in the art of manipulation. That he coaxed this star's most valiant heroes as far as the source with naught save half-truths is no trifling feat. But he didn't possess them, though. Elidibus straight up was in league with them. They were in league with him. But he did not possess their bodies. I'm not following. I might have missed something.
He doth employ his skills once more to some as yet unknown end. Though naught is certain, should my suspicions prove true, we shall have need of all our wits if we are to uncover and thereafter thwart his plot.
Agreed. 'Tis plain that simply speaking out against him will not avail us. At best, it would only serve to confuse the people. And I would hesitate to do anything which might tarnish Ardbert's reputation once more, nor yours by association. That being the case, it may be wise to keep a covert eye on this Ardbert's movements, as we attempt to discern his purpose and how best to mitigate his influence.
His performance appears to have concluded. What now? Go back out and follow him?
'Twould appear Master Alphino already hath pursuit in mind, and I suspect one pair of eyes shall better serve our cause than half a dozen. Let the rest of us maintain an inconspicuous distance, for the present at least.
Ooh, we are plotting. Always pick the money. Dun, do, 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 do. We are going to see the Scandinavians. Hooray! You did well to dispel the falsehood surrounding the Warriors of Light and their actions prior to the flood. Though I must say the reappearance of Albert, or rather one who appropriated his identity, was a rather curious development. He is an imposter, and of that there is no doubt, but to the masses he will appear as a hero returned from the grave. After the Warriors of Light were laid to rest in Yulmore, the people prayed to fervently for the gods to deliver them from their plight. Prayed that these fallen heroes be born again for their sacrifices. What bitter irony. I, for one, would like to know why Albert urged the people to become Warriors of Light themselves. It is an Elidibus thing to do, right? Spread chaos? Kinda... What is it? Ugh. La Habrea was like a force of nature, essentially, through his military means. Elidibus is like or shall we go in this order? Emmett Selk was kind of like a friendly type, going along, steering the heroes to the wrong path, or into a corner or something. And Elidibus is kind of like a masked figure, spreading chaos through the word of friends, rather than Emmett Selk, who straight up didn't gaslight or anything. He just went up and told the truth and played chess until our heroes eventually walked into what was his most convenient place of battle, namely the other plane or whatever. Here we take action. We must needs ascertain his intent. Let us pray that Master Alfina returneth soon with the most essential knowledge. Wow. Pray for the 14-year-old to actually come with something good. Whatever old he is. For now, I think it's best we appraise Thancred and Reen of our efforts. When we do confront Abbott, we shall no doubt have need of their strength. We will need a tank. Agreed. I think it prudent we all take measures to prepare for what's to come. Becklug and I will continue our research into how we might improve the spirit vessel, that it might one day carry you home. Then I think it is time I return to the Greatwood. Until now, everything we have learned of the Ascians has been handed to us at their leisure. But that was one of Emmett Selk's unique failings. I have no reason to think Elidibus will be as forthcoming. Fortunately, I recently received word from Reno, Fanau, and heretofore explored. Oh, from Fanau that heretofore explored chambers have been discovered deep within the Quatana Ravel. Satana Navel. Elmet believes that the relics within tell of great calamity of a great calamity that befell an ancient civilization, that of the Ascians, perhaps, that they may lead to the truths we seek. Would you care for company? Be sure to let me know how that works out. I fail to see why that would be necessary, given that you will be accompanying me. Don't be coy. It doesn't suit you. You little bitch. And I'm like, huh. When you are ready, make for Fano. Almet and her sisters will be expecting us. Then, let us prepare. Let us be about our tasks. Pray give my regards to the Vils. To the V's. Damn, my hair looks so good from that angle. Damn. Yeah, hiccup. Fly bear. Woo! Bra! Is this the elder? I've forgotten which one. Yeah, it looks like it. Big hair equals big roll. Welcome, allies of Ronka. We have accomplished much since you last came. With the Light Warden dead and its minions dispersed, we have at last reclaimed our hunting grounds near Raktika Falls. It was there that we discovered more ruins, although we ran afoul of no traps while exploring its halls. We determined that the innermost chambers were warded by magic. We all were in agreement. Before any investigation could proceed, you should be summoned. We are grateful that you did. From what you have told me, I strongly suspect that the wisdom my comrades I seek can be found within. This wisdom could prove invaluable, for we may soon face a foe worse than the greatest asset. What? Soon face a foe whose greatest asset is our ignorance. Ah, right. I see. Then it is good that you have come, for Ronka was once home to the greatest of weapons, knowledge and understanding. And it is our duty to ensure that you and yours do not want for either. That said, we must proceed with caution. To have reached the inner chambers unmolested suggests that more formidable deterrent yet lies within. Come now, surely the threats sleeping within the ruins pale in comparison to those we faced thus far. This is not a game, sister. You should not be so eager to run headlong into danger. Oh? And who was it pinning for the return of allies when we might venture into the ruins? Clutching her staff at night, wishing at were. Gasp! You promised not to tell. You promised not to tell. Then I suggest we be going. Get back here! Remind me, exactly how old are you and your sisters? On second thought, perhaps it's for better, I do not know. Pray forgive their overzealous nature. None save we three have ever been privileged to escort you and yours to the ruins, and bear witness to its secrets. None save three. Their hearts will burn with curiosity that is not easily sated. Please, you needn't apologize. As a seeker of knowledge myself, I understand full well the enthusiasm, and if not for your settlers' efforts to protect the ruins, we would not be afforded this opportunity. Speaking of which, I believe I've kept you away from the ruins long enough. Come, let us make for the quartine arrival. The quartine arrival. Can I just fly over this? Oh no, it's a dungeon! That sucks, but we have duty support. They help us poop. That's what they do. Haven't we been here in this exact place before? Yes, that is the last one, yeah? Right, same ruins. That makes sense. Where you supposedly died, yep. It is most strange that these halls be left unguarded. Have care when breaking the seal and on the chamber door. Danger surely awaits on the other side. It is recommended that you set aside sufficient time and watch these scenes in their entirety. Oh shit, I gotta get more water, if that's the case. I'm getting dry mouth. And I need to go to the bathroom. So then, allow me to spare the audience, the public, of the toilet sounds by mute. I have returned. A second chance to carve your skulls. Wait, wizard? I need to get my wrist brace. Gotta make sure the mixer doesn't fall off when you go to the other side of the room with the wire still in. Granted, it's a quality telephone wire, and the danger is not so high, but, you know, caution before tragedy. Right? Just a little groove before we get going, you know what I mean? Yeah.
Come. Our new discoveries are to be found this way.
There's so much more voice acting at point 2 than point 1. It is pretty crazy, actually. What is this, like a third way through? If even. I mean, I'd consider it a standard, but it's obviously not.
The people of Ronka are known to have venerated animals, but these features do not match those of any indigenous species.
Hold up!
This is no common beast.
Have to double check, so... Audio is in. I can hear myself. Yep, that's okay. Sorry, everybody. That is for show business.
Though that much is plain from its proportions.
Lifelike, is it not? One could almost imagine it breathed.
It breathed. It breathed.
Why you... Ugh.
So many red flags here. So presumably they're going to die. Some of them.
This owl, by contrast, seems no different from the others we've seen.
The sealed door lies ahead.
Was this Halo? La da 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 da. All you gotta do is whip out the Dorian music scale and you're set. I think. If I remember correctly. After vigorous research
As
in
you
the form
see,
of YouTube
one statue
video
is
watching.
missing. I expect we are meant to replace it as before.
I don't know, I haven't seen Indiana Jones, okay? I don't know how this works. Put one there, have one there.
Too simple.
Consequences.
There will be some additional defense mechanism.
They might have actual guns, as we know they exist in this world. So.
Just a moment. There are words carved into the stone. He who would disturb a hero's deserved slumber shall instead waken the beast and know his folly. Wait! Don't!
No, don't!
What? But I only... What is happening?
So something needs to happen here.
Oh no, oh no, oh no, oh no, it lives!
It does.
Why am I not surprised? Prepare yourselves.
You know, it struck me. This is like the first combat encounter in the entire .2 patch. Not even. Not even. I don't even remember my rotation. But it shall come back to me. Oh, well. Well. This isn't what I expected. Cards, huh? Take your pick. So is this a game of chance? You trespass, mortal, upon sacred ground. In retribution, 4 souls I have bound. Yet to heroes proven, learned and wise, a comrade's soul shall be their prize. If you would see their face there set free, answer me these riddles 3. Depth of paw with kin do I vie, though sought apart, betterment of... Depth of paw with kin do I vie. What's vie? Though sought apart, betterment of the whole do our efforts descry. What am I? I don't know. What is this? Coral, colibri, and oppo oppo. Well, let's Google a synonym for vie. What is this? It is a... It can be used as a verb to compete eagerly with someone in order to do or achieve something. Okay. With kin do I vie. Like, not compete, but... Yeah, compete. Those are apart. Depth of paw. So it does not have a paw. That could be like an owl. But that is not an owl. That's more like a cat. With kin do I vie. Though sought apart. Betterment of whole to our efforts to scry. What am I? Well, you could be like an oppo oppo. Indeed, the oppo oppo is keen and shrewd. I don't know what that is. The spirit of ingenuity. In whose blah 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 blah. 3 riddles? With fearsome fang I travel with pack. Together we find harmony, and thus the peace of land does not lack. What am I? A pack animal. Wolf, serpent, or an owl. Owls do not go in packs. Do they? Indeed, 'twas the spirit of the wolf their doctrines praised, that they would know peace and harmony, with corn or maize. On my belly, what? Belly, oh, that's a snake. About strength and prosperity reign. You're a snake. Or a lizard of some sort. Serpent, wolf, oppo oppo. You're a serpent. Indeed, the dread serpent turned protector, learned to slumber ere it tear the world asunder. The riddle answer you did discern, and thus your soul, and thus to your soul, and thus to you a soul returns. Desire you that which I yet claim? Then you shall play another game. A test of mind and memory. Choose wisely, and you all may go free. Twixt these talismans, hide friend and foe. Choose your companions well, or sorrow know. Find your comrades from the talismans. Okay. This is literally a game of chance. Can you perhaps be over here? then we shall. Perhaps, well, we can take that one, and we can choose this one. Too obvious, maybe? Are you over here? Wow. What the fuck? Is it literally the last place? Wow. Well done. Your comrades are assembled together at last. Yet still there remains one trial you must pass. If you would glean the knowledge enshrined in this earth, I would first take the measures of your worth. One worthy of she who reckons what the fuck is this language? Must be strong of mind, body, and soul. Let's kill him! Just fire everything! Uh-oh. Oh, fuck! Shit! Good work, everyone. Oh! It's going to leave a mark, yo. Do you not have a backside? Let's go! Nastron! What is this? I was literally about to burst. Good job, everybody! Sure, I have to do that later. Is that it? Real dick move to actually remove, take from my... Hold up, I gotta take this! Whoa! Bring it over there! Okay, that's good enough. Yo! I will not hold back. And neither shall I. You saw... what's your name? Ishtola, not Isolde. It's time to play Skyrim. La-da! Yellow! Whoa! Fire everything! Whoa! Shut! Uh-oh. Oh, this is an AoE phase. Okay. I can do that. I can do it. I can, and I will. Here comes the phase. Here comes the burst. Whoa! Shit, dude! So just focus on the big guy right now. Whoop! Come on! I'm fucking up my rotation, but it's okay because, you know, we still won. Well fought, hero. The trial is complete. The way is open, and I concede defeat. Leave trial threshold. Is that there? Where is it there? Not entirely unexpected. We are so good. We usually win. Everyone learned their lesson? Not touching things just like that. Yeah?
'Twould seem the magics have returned us. How polite. Now,
Wouldn't
what
be my
have we
first
learned?
time, she said.
We were bound to run into a living statue eventually. And now we can open the door.
Now we can open the door. That's really good. Grin.
He who would disturb a hero's deserved slumber
Would eventually become a disturbed plumber. What? That makes no sense. Isn't Mario here? Ah, the princess is always getting kidnapped. Oh. What am I looking at? Is that the hero?
A tomb, just as I thought. Befitting a hero.
Why is the body not burned?
She is Vis. Could it be the Archmage Tiuna?
Like the Black Mage?
Legendary hero of Ronka, as you surmised. The tales tell of how she smote entire armies with a single incantation, so potent was her spellcraft. Though she ever fought in the name of peace.
I thought them no more than tales. To think she really existed.
Really existed.
Well, I for one always believed.
Way to rub it in the face.
I wonder. By the light of fallen stars, great power awakens.
Tiuna was not only a master of spellcraft. It is said she could see truths long lost and hear the voices of men's hearts.
Hearts. I'm a man.
Not less than the echo. In which case, none of this is mere coincidence. A shower of stars setting the sky aflame. And in both this world and the source, we find individuals within whom a mysterious power awakened at the sight. We can never unpick the why of it. Now, however, I believe we might. Does the scene depicted here not resemble the one we saw when we first ventured into the Katana Ravel? Moreover, does it not recall that which Emmett Selk invited us to witness in Amarot?
That's what I also thought. Because the only murals we've seen, the only cave things. Oh.
The final days. If, as the Exarch's research suggests, soul and mind share a fragile yet profound bond, might it not be possible for an event to leave such a deep imprint upon the soul that it could be perceived eons later, given a suitable trigger? The echo defies explanation by conventional etherological theory, or shall we say modern etherological theory. But if it is a power that once belonged to the ancients, to souls yet undivided, it would seem I have entered the realm of pure speculation, and I call myself a scholar. I shall refrain from making any further wild claims until such time as I have evidence. Still, I cannot choose but be reminded of our experience in Amarant.
Word. Then you must recall Emmett Silk's dying request. He once lived.
Remember us.
A Wikipedia page is all we ask, bro. Maybe one with a safe lock?
History is learned, not lived. We have always protected the tales of Ronka, just as we have protected this place. But we are mindful of what our mothers taught us. We see the past
Where are the mothers?
with our own eyes and speak of it with our own words.
Are there dads?
Thus do we come to understand it in our own way. But this is not the same as remembering.
Your mothers were wise. Though we witnessed the final days, our impressions cannot fail to be colored by our own experiences and expectations. Those who lived through it would have perceived the event quite differently. We must bear in mind that it is no simple matter to keep the truth alive, or it will die with Emmett Selk and his kin. But we have disturbed Tuna long enough. Fanau will serve similarly well as a venue for our contemplations.
By your pensive expression. By your pensive expression, I take it the tomb has given you much to think about. Think about? That is well. In time, the knowledge you've gleaned will lead to understanding. Understanding. And thus arm you with what is to come. Right, that's how they talk. Like Skyrim people. Before you leave. Oh, fuck. Before you leave, however. Would you leave, however? I would speak again about the teachings of our forebears. Our history is learned, not lived. Not lived. The legend of Tuna and their exploits has been told countless times over the count of the centuries. 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 Yet it is handed from the generation to the next. The story changes. With each telling of the tale, there are new flourishes. Details change or lost. We can never truly know how she lived, for we are not there. For we were not there to see it. But we are here now to bear witness to your life. Whatever. We have not seen the saints you have wrought. The echoes will endure long enough for you, long after you are gone. And though it too will change in time, I swear to you, we will do our best to preserve your history, or your story. Yo, thanks, is all I ask. Remember the name. Athai, warrior of darkness and light. Pick your preference. I hope you'll forgive me for not making an oath of my own. If I don't make an oath of my own. But I think it goes without saying that we could never misspeak of your heroism. Perish the thought. So long as we are here, there are none among the V's who will not know of all you have done for Norvrand. We are not deserving of such reverence. But we are grateful all the same. You can be certain that we will have our own tales to tell of the great guardians of Raktila and the ruins of Ronka. I pray for your safe travels then. As ever, we shall await for your return with open arms. Dun, da, 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 da. Although we've learned naught of the Ascians, the insight we gained into the Echo made our trip here worthwhile. Before we turn to the Crystarium, however, there is a small matter I would attend to in Slitherborough. Might I trouble you to come with me? Thank you. After we arrive, we should have a brief word with Runar. Runar! Yado! Here he comes! Ra-da-da-da! Yo, what's up, Runar? Etai, it's good to see you. You've stirred at the most opportune time. You've arrived at the most opportune time. I was preparing a pot of my favorite stew. Of my famous stew. Come, I will ready a place for you. I'm sorry, Runar. But we haven't the... Please, I insist. It will only take a minute. It will only take a minute. My apologies, Etai. It seems our return to the Crystarium will be delayed. But perhaps only for a bit, if you assist me with my work. I say work, but it's rather more of a chore. I must clean my chambers here in Slitherborough from top to bottom. If you would be so kind to go fetch a broom from Asgeir, you might finish here before Runar is done cooking. Let him cook. Let's clean in the meantime. Yeah. Yo, Asgeir. A broom for Master Matoya. I cannot imagine what she would have need of such a thing. But here you are. It is old and sturdy, but to suffice. Thank you. So fly in here. Someone lovely? Yup. I trust Asgeir. Oof. My goodness. Was able to find a broom for us. He was? He's old and sturdy, but he gets the job done. Yeah. Well worn. Good. This would prove difficult otherwise. Though I must say, I think I'd rather well for not having a broom thus. I think I did rather well for not having a broom thus far. Yes, well, you weren't buried beneath a veritable avalanche of books when you entered, were you? Right. Anyway. It is time I finished cleaning with the help of the broom. Of that broom. Here's the best theme in the entire game. It's incredible how this just exists. Is there perhaps acting? I would be pretty blown away. Again, I'd consider it a standard. Okay, no. You didn't honestly think I'd do the old-fashioned way? That broom is more capable of sweeping by itself. Or rather, it will be. Ahem. Bitch! Clean! Time to rise to swish and sweep, a tidy chamber you must keep. To this I task you shall be bound, until no dust is to be found. Would she play a Maximilian Pegasus Yu-Gi-Oh deck? I activate Toon World. In this one particular respect, I have no objections to following in Master Matoya's footsteps. Runar! In future, may need you to remind... Oh! In future, I may need you to remind me. The pursuit of knowledge does not preclude other equally important duties, such as maintaining clean quarters for said pursuit. Oh! Oh, nandato? I will dearly miss this place, these people. Lahi! Master Matoya! Pardon the interruption, but the stew is ready. With my little legs. Is something troubling you? You've been rather quiet. No, everything's fine. I assure you. It's been a long day, it's all. I see. Ishtola, thank goodness you're still here. Oh! Alfino, I thought you were following Albert. He's here! I was, though I'm sad to say I lost track of him shortly after entering these woods. He seems determined to traverse every ilm of Novranth in his quest to spread the truth of the warriors of light, and the flood. Ooh, all red and orange. Damn. And it seems news to address of your address at the Crystarium precedes him at every destination, making his task all the more simple. It remains to be seen that to what end he encourages the people to be, what? Oh, it remains to be seen to what end he encourages the people to become warriors of light themselves. But there's no denying that his words have struck a chord with many. And they will become an army. Well, we're all agreed that this is just another Asian ploy, yes? We've commandeered corpses before, and to no good end. I see no reason to think that this time is any different. Especially when it's that fallen warrior of light. I doubt we can learn more if we remain here, a step behind. His next destination is, in all likelihood, Slitherborough. Alice, are you certain you should be here? If you're concerned about Halric and the others, you needn't be. You needn't be. Their treatment is going well, but progress is slow and exhausting for all of us. The best thing I can do now is let them rest. So I believe that we're about to discuss how to arrange a meeting with our would-be warrior of light. Before visiting any towns or villages, Albert would hunt down and slay a nearby senator as to earn the locals' trust. Our best chance of getting ahead of him is to find one before he does. Thankfully, Thancred and Reen have returned from the MT and have taken up the search. So we should find one very soon, huh? Reen believeth one may lurk beneath the boughs of woven oath. Whatever that is. Then that is where we shall start our search. Master Matoya! A warm bowl of stew will be awaiting your return. I look forward to it. I ship it. The cats coming together. Having a bowl of stew. Coughing up hairballs. As they do. Going meow and roar. And hiss. La da 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 da. There they are.
If you were hoping to vent your frustrations on our eater friend here, I can only apologize.
Few as they are now, it took us no time at all to track it down.
I need to put on the fan. Oh. Goodness me.
That suits our purpose perfectly. Now we need only wait for Ardbert to arrive.
That skank
Weren't
bitch.
you two meant to be attending to the empty?
We were.
But it was empty.
But we can hardly ignore the rest of the world. So we thought we might see how things were coming along.
We didn't exactly find much.
The answer is strangely.
Right now, we think we can do more good here.
It is heartening to have all present.
Wow.
Indeed. We will be glad of the additional hands should matters escalate.
Man, the Scions are the worst when they're all together.
Our quarry has come.
Here he is.
It seems I've lost this particular race.
Oh well.
Although I suppose it's only fair.
It sucks to be you.
When we first met, it was I who outpaced you. Ravana, was it?
Sucks to be Albert the bitch. Loose to the Lollafell when in a hitch. It sucks to be
But
you.
where are my manners? I wouldn't be here were it not for you, and I have yet to say a word of thanks.
Thank you. What? Ask whether he wishes Seto were here. Extend a friendly fist. Oh yeah! Come on.
I'm giving you trouble? You should have it examined.
Yep, you're an asshole. And he's just like, oh, fuck!
Very well. Let us forego this pretense.
He is so fucking onto me!
After all, it was never you that I needed to deceive.
Are we finally getting your voice in this version?
Yes, it is I, Elizabeth.
It's so much better than in Realm Reborn. Are you kidding me?
Through your time in Emet-Selk's imitation of our home, I dare say you have gained a better understanding of my role since last we met.
Oh, that's so good!
We understand your role
well,
in
let
this
it
tree,
was-
but not your goal. What is it that you seek to achieve?
I seek to enact the will of the Convocation, of course. If it helps you to think of me as but another Ascian, no different in nature or purpose from the rest, you are welcome to do so.
It doesn't bother
Once,
him.
I would have said your goal was destruction alone. Now I understand that you fight for something you love, just as we do. Yet though we seem doomed to clash, I bid you consider Emmett Selk's final words. Remember that we once lived, he said. Had he not seen some glimmer of hope in our kind, I do not believe he would have spoken thus.
He was at death's door. He only had one thing left to do. He was desperate the whole time.
None better understood your plight than he. His words must surely be worthy of your consideration.
Our argument kind of makes no sense here. Surely he wouldn't have said that. He spent his entire existence fighting against us.
How very unlike you to err so gravely.
He didn't, though. It was only a last
But
thing.
one should stray at the end of so onerous a path is understandable. But I had thought you above such weakness. Mayhap you thought the same. Would that I had been present to offer correction.
I'm so frustrated. These scions spread misinformation after Emmett Selk. True, he showed who he was, but he was no different than when we fought him. He said the exact same things, only in a more dickish way before. The whole time, he was like, listen, I just want the Ascians to be remembered. I want to extinguish you all, you lesser people, and bring about the great rejoining, right? That was the entire point of his character. And he died saying the exact same thing. We're just like, I can't do anything more. I can't win. So I'm going to desperately say and ask, remember us, that we once lived, for we are obviously going to lose. It did me. It wasn't a respect for us. It was a last plight. A desperate plea, if you will. And then now Elizabeth is talking shit on him for shit he technically did, but he's getting a very twisted version of what actually happened.
But I shall do so now, as is my duty, and return all to its proper course. As for you, look at yourselves. Look at your history. Look back 100 short years to how your greatest warriors were undone. And now, at but a word from me, you raise your hands in answer like the puppets you are. Naught has changed.
Some has changed.
You fail, and you fail, and you learn nothing. Allow that which is most important to slip through your fumbling fingers like so many grains of sand, again and again and again, and you would remember us. You do forget yourselves. There is no common ground to be found between you and I, nor do I require any. I have my duty.
Wait!
Well, We have confirmed the identity of our foe, at least. And 'tis safe to say his objective is the rejoining.
Oh well.
But we still have no idea how playing the part of a warrior of light will further his cause, nor why he would spur others to do the same.
It's to it's a rug pull. You have the entire army on your side.
Another visit to the Tempest.
You
may
march
shed
them to a
some light
specific
upon these
place.
mysteries.
And you kill them all. With the Bahamut too.
Whether we are to exchange words or blows with Elidibus at our next meeting, the fact remains, we know too little. Ere our paths cross again, I would learn more of the world that once was, and of Elidibus himself. In
So
this,
here is where that comes
we
in.
would be best served going directly to his home, much as Emmett Selk came to ours.
Though I see the wisdom in thy suggestion, the Amarot we visited is but a phantom born of Emmett Selk's memory. I fear it will teach us little that we do not already know.
Oh, so it's not green?
I quite agree. Yet the ruins of the actual city remain unexplored.
That's right. No.
Given the vastness of the Tempest, I should not be surprised were there more such structures like to those in which the Ondo reside.
Okay. For want of a better option. As long as you don't make me do any more chores. If there's ought to be learned, I want to know. For what? For a want of a better option now. I want to know. I do want to know. I do want to know. As a history buff, I would like to inquire about your fucking little home.
Assuming we are all in agreement, then I suggest we first pay a visit to the Ondo. If anyone can tell us where more ruins are to be found, it is them.
Is that the lizard people? Or the fish people? We go. La wa. Oh, we get gear. That is terrible. I mean, I suppose when this patch came out, tome gear weren't really so good as it is now, I suppose. Well, for alt jobs, we can get these. Tempest without delay. Although, are there better glams in here? Alphino has the right of it. Let us pay a visit to the Ondo. We should speak with Tolj Arth first. As chieftain, he is doubtless privy to a great many secrets. Bra-da-da-da. Now it's jazz. Is my cape wet? I sent for Finleth once. Perhaps you instead come seeking something of us. Ruins which you kind of... I know of one such place. Alas, under these circumstances, I'm afraid we can spare none to guide you there. And what of the circumstances are there? What circumstances are these? Rather than hurt your own meals... What? then hunt your own meals. The Benthos have pillaged our stores of Minerva liver. These must be replenished with haste. Wow. These Benthos, like Bentos, a particularly violent tribe of Ondo, if I recall. A band of bottom feeders. We all lost much in the flood, but while others work to rebuild, they resort to thievery and murder. Revenge, they call it. Ha! When they prey upon your kind, but do not be fooled. They care not from who they harm. The warriors challenge them. Okay. This is not the first time they have stolen from us. But there's no resource more precious than liver. We must all dedicate themselves. All must dedicate themselves to the hunt. Unless, of course, we were to reclaim these livers for you. Don't look at me. It seems a fitting payment for vital information, does it not? Moreover, one could argue that by employing Bismarck to reach these depths, thereby driving back the waters, we are in part responsible for those deeds of those who driven to desperate ends by challenging climbs. One good turn and all that. Couldn't us simply hunt near ourselves? Can we just do that? We might, but that wouldn't discourage the Benthos from stealing from the Ondo once again, now would it? Reclaiming the stores it is, then. We would be grateful beyond words if you did. Ah, the Benthos are surely taking their livers back to their flounder's floor. But be warned, there will be no shortage of guards waiting to spare intruders. Then we will have to care not to draw attention, shall we? Yes, shall we? Do-do-do. Ba-ra-ba-doo. Ba-ra-dee-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba. Whoa! Oh. I'm just gonna take this. Thrusting your hand into each sack in turn, you find that all are filled with wheat down to the bottom. You also find that that raw meat all pleasantly pointing. So kill this guy, as one does. Didn't stand a chance. These boxes are filled with assorted vegetables. There's no other box. Okay. On cursory sniff, you detect the faint aroma of fresh oranges. A far cry from the shit you want. And it really wasn't this? Well then, shall we just kill a couple of these guys? See if they drop any. Aha. Scale the wall. Tancred taught her well. Does that mean she's up there? I haven't forgotten why we're here, I swear. Only this bird has taken its eyes. Hasn't taken its eyes off of me since I found it. I think it might be rather lonely. Aha! Scratching noise with a vile stench. You conclude they're back to bursting with livers. Hell yeah. Asians. I can hear it in the tunes. It's so dark and mysterious. Look at me, I have the high ground. Are those them? Perhaps you've deducted this already, but it seems that the Benthos have been raiding collusion storehouses as well as those of the Ondo. Oranges, pumpkins, wheat. Oh! Nanda. But we can discuss this after we see the livers safely back to the Tolzarth. It wouldn't do to keep him in suspense. You don't want to keep that fuck waiting, huh? You're right, Thancred. Don't want to do that. Man, look at his tits. I am relieved to see you unspared. Wait, what? Our precious livers, I knew you wouldn't fail. You also found all manner of foodstuffs from the Kalusua and the Flounder's Floor. Tell me, Tolzarth, does that seem odd to you? It is brazen, to be sure. I'm reminded of rumors I've heard recently concerning a rash of theft. What? A rash of thefts from collusion warehouses. The perpetrators enter in the dead of night and are gone before anyone has realized what has happened. The Yulman army has been investigating, but thus far to no avail. Perhaps the reason they struggled so is that their quarry was under the sea. Under the sea. The true question then is what we mean to do about it. Much as I would like to proceed with the ruins without further delay, we cannot allow the Benthos to carry on as they are. If I may, I believe the ruins are, in fact, key to the Benthos plans. What? These ruins, which lie deep within the illuminated land, are a recent discovery. We have seen signs that the Benthos are preparing to claim them with all haste. We could not fathom why, but in the light of knowledge that they've been stockpiling resources. It makes sense. Checks out. It is clear that their queen will soon give birth. That requires space to raise their young. Their food, a queen, hatchling to thrive. Well, I can hardly fault them for that. The normal circumstances, perhaps. But conditions in the Tempest are far from suitable for spawning. Its resources barely able to sustain our current population. There is only one reason they would disregard this. They seek to build an army. And to take revenge upon the Finless. It is not a surprise. It's not a surprise. They came to us from long ago, seeking allies for their cause. We rebuffed them, of course. But the suffering of others will not serve balm to their own. Their queen, however, desires only bloodshed, and will gladly send her grandchildren to die in her stead. If they are planning to wage war, that changes matters considerably. Indeed. I doubt this will be resolved without violence, but perhaps with a show of force, we can convince them to see reason before they die in a cast. I would rather not risk your people in the attempt. If we travel to the illuminated land, is there a way we might identify the ruins ourselves? Yes. Once you reach the depths, go deeper. You will see a monster structure there upon the seafloor. That you have come to us now is the will of the Ancient Ones. They have guided you here to see that you drive. Did you drive out the usurpers? Those of us who seek to use the magnificent creations with vile purpose. I have no doubt that they will show you the way forward. Oh! I'm afraid that the dead will not speak so clearly. Nevertheless, we shall try not to disappoint. If what we seek lies deeper still, beyond Amarot, I would call upon the assistance of another. This is aiming. Slaying, huh? What is that? Oh my god. Fuck. Update. Oh, damn. Man, I gotta change Dragoon to like something like this. Just swimming through the waves, you know what I mean? A whale's tail. Well, before I actually start here, I have to check where we are on the actual progress of this quest. Because I have about like 1 hour left. 1 more hour. Alright, so for the uninitiated, for the people watching this in the future, it is about 1 hour, theoretically, 1 hour and maybe 7 minutes before Baldur's Gate 3's Digital Deluxe Edition has its 72 hours access of Act 1 before the full release of Baldur's Gate 3. And that is like a historical moment, if you ask me, because it's looking like another Cyberpunk right now. Cyberpunk 2077, and Cyberpunk 2077 didn't launch very well. So it's paved the way for Baldur's Gate 3 to be excused as a mediocre launch. Meaning, it might be like one of the most one of the best games of the 20s if it's like what it's setting out to be. Like if Act 1 is anything to go by, it's going to be, but it's going to have to live up. If you know what I mean. But I will have to check. Oh right, the MSQ list. Final Fantasy MSQ list. And I'm going to check just how far. See here, A Whale's Tale is 5.2. I'm almost done. Are you kidding me? It's almost over? Dude, 5.1 was long. It felt like. But I also feel as though that the the amount of voice acting has made this patch just fly by, pretty much. Though our courses have been decided, to pursue it, must bequeath the aid of a friend. Aye, I speak of Bismarck. Pray follow me to Salon, that we might seek an audience with him once more. And it's the one zone I can't fly in, that's cool, so I gotta run there. On my polar bear. La-di-da, la-di-da. No drop? No. Are they gonna spawn like a, put a dungeon right here? In the same place? Because as it looks, the So you're 5.2. There's this quest. There's one more. And another. Oh, you get a thing! In the final quest called... of 5.2 called Echoes of a Fallen Star, you get something called the Way of Heroes. Man. The musical transitions in this game sucks. One of the few negatives that doesn't impact my enjoyment at all. Oh, you're not the guys. Ha! Yo. Everybody freeze! I gotta get more water, I just realized. Okay. Snort. From here, we press onward to the Isle of Ken. I myself shall proceed on foot. What? You perfected your technique, then? Just so. The water will be as glass beneath my feet, and provideth purchase, fragile yet true, watch closely. Oh, I certainly shall. Forgive me, but would it not be easier for you to use your... easier to perfect your swimming technique? This isn't quite as cool, okay? We gotta walk. Hey! It would be a pity to... if you drowned, truly. Oh, hush. I'm sure it'll be brilliant. My feet are in the floor. Up beneath the boards. Literal Jesus! He's done it! Incredible! Had to look cool now. Oh! Not now. Elidibus, you asshole! Urion J! For the love of fuck! Yo, man, are you okay? Mine apologies. The technique requireth the purest of focus, and mine 'twas lacking. To perfect this magic, I went so far as to deal with the Fuath, and and with their aid, mine efforts finally met with success, albeit on a single occasion. Oh, he was excited to show it off. I know not why I cannot repeat it. You can't just do it once. Have you ever learned an instrument? You can't play something once and wish to be like, I can do it again, no problem. You gotta do it a couple times. It's the 10,000 hour rule. I thought I saw you waver a bit forward to the end there. Perhaps you are a bit simply tired? Oh. Oh, shit! Is their bodies? Is their ethereal flow a bit weary right now? It's nothing to worry about. It is only a dizzying spell. Only a dizzy spell. Though it may not be so wise to go for another swim just now. Who's gonna be our tank, then? Thankfully, we have an alternative. Wonderful little invention, I'm certain you'll agree. I call it a floater. Ah? A water board machine. I will petition Bismarck's aid on our behalf. Let us pray my diplomacy proveth more effective than mine experimental magics. Oh! Blah, 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 blah. Oh, what? You speak with the voice of a king, little neighbors. I will not deny you. As before, if you seek what sleeps beneath the sea, I will be your guide. Thy kindness is as boundless as the depths, sensate serene one. Before we depart, however, I would ask a favor. After our last flight, I found many creatures clinging to me. I am itchy. Remove them, and I will take you below. With all haste shall it be done. So, did he agree? Aye, though I agreed to a favour in kind. Regrettably, 'tis not one I possess the power to grant. Bismarck has asked us to cleanse his underbelly of barnacles. I'll do it. Alas, one must needs dive beneath the surface to do so, even if it would master the power to walk on. Even if I could master the power to walk upon it, it would avail me not. Oh shit, Dawn Trail is a pirate expansion. Oh, for heaven's sake, is that all? Etha and I will be more capable of that. More than capable of that. Oh no, chores. With the Kojin's blessing. With the Kojin's blessing, we'll have done it in moments. And better that than standing here and listening to this nonsense. I'll take the right, you take the left. Now, go! Sploosh. Ding, 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 ding. I am in your debt. You're always in my debt, dude. Ever since you fucking tried to kill us. I took the left, right? Oh, no, the other side. How does one dive? Final Fantasy. How to dive underwater. Enter any body of water that allows diving and control. Click control and spacebar. Ah, yeah. Do 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 do. Here we go. I have completely forgotten how to... Oh my fucking god, dude! Do, 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 do. Yeah. One measly little aether current that I cannot find has doomed me to this. The fuck? Oh, there's a shadow. Right. This is one big ass turtle. Turtles. Turtles. That's a tortoise. No, this is a turtle, man. Turtles live in water. Tortoise live on land. A turtle's not a tortoise. It's not hard to understand. I love that song. Do 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 do. Come on, Lalafell legs. Right, there we go. Thine efforts are most sincerely appreciated. I will inform Bismarck that we may depart without further delay. Oh. Much, much better. Thank you, little neighbors. I remember a long time ago, another did this favor for me. After the flood, when I chose this spot for my slumber, he came and made a home on my back. Ken was the name. When I grew itchy, I stirred. But he was not afraid. No. He asked me what was wrong. I told him there are creatures clinging to my belly, and he dove into the water. He helped me. He was my friend. He told me he wished to live in peace, away from the people and the wars. This I understood. I treasured our time together. Brief though it was, brief though it always is, but I remember him, and how he laughed when we flew. I remember when he slept. I too slept all day, and many days since. But the light fades and the darkness returns. Ken sleeps, but in the memory he laughs. And together we fly, and I am here. I am awake. It feels good to speak and to be heard again. A shame others cannot understand me. If thou art willing to part, or willing to learn, I would gladly teach thee the language of man. Man. Oh! Thank you, little friend. But in time I grant you your request. But first, I will take flight to cleanse my body and prepare. The dive will be swift, and I will not have you stuck by errand debris. Struck by errand debris. So this island was named for a man. How easily the past is forgotten. He passed not long. He passed not even 100 years ago, yet the truth has slipped from history, like so many grains of sand. Might I have some explanation of what he just said? Or shall I stand up, or shall we all stand about, making vague and mysterious allusions? While he maketh ready to deliver us unto the destination, Bismarck made us wait for him to for him on the shore of Kalusia. That's all? I feel as though there was more to it. Indeed, there was. There was. But it hath no bearing on the task at hand. I should be glad to share the rest with you anon. Fine. Later then. Oh, Alistair, you fucking idiot. Ha 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 ha. I'm not an idiot, I'm just lacking patience. It's good to admit it. Thank you. If Bismarck requires time to prepare, might I suggest a short respite? For Urianger and Thancred in particular. I require no such thing. I am the picture of perfect health. Mine was but momentary lapse in concentration. Very not on my account. You mustn't push yourself so. Please, rest. For me. Oh, all right, if you insist. You too, Athai. You've been running yourself ragged. But I feel okay. In that case, I leave the old men in your care. The old men in your care. The rest of us will meet you at Split Hole anon. Split Hole? Word of advice. Never let it show. Oh! When she realizes she struck a nerve, she remembers. By the gods, she remembers. In any case, if we must be made to rest, I know a little place in Sullen that's better than most. Come with me. Come with me. And we shall chillax together, yo. May as well have a seat. We wouldn't want our elderly knees to give out. To hear her speak. Yeah. To hear her speak, you'd think I'm on my deathbed. By the 12. I wish that girl wouldn't worry so much. Thy countenance believes thy words, Master Thancred. I'm sure I don't know what you're... I'm sure I don't know what you mean. Let the record show that I am here under protest. Though I can't deny that I can't say I mind the view. I'm personally not a fan of these kinds of shits. It brings me great anxiety to just sit like this and do nothing. With people, mind you. And if the abundance of anglers is any indication, even an amateur might land an impressive catch. Shall we try our hands at it? Help somebody quickly! I lost me best fishing rod. It's Nightshade. We was attacked on the road, we was, at the Crustarium. Barely escaped with my life. I suppose we might have predicted this. Ah. You mean you help? For free? Thank you. If I recall correctly, Nightshade is a local band of outlaws. I doubt they'll trouble us over much. No more than they have already been interrupting our relaxation, at any rate. Ugh. What a strange quest. Oh, there are these guys. Ah, these two have matters well in hand, by the looks of it. I'll not forget this Katniss. Might we meet again? Is that you, sir? Don't tell me you've deprived poor fellow of the honor of being rescued by the Warrior of Darkness. We had no idea you were in the area. Fancy us meeting again so soon, eh? Why, I believe I even recognize your companion. Huh? Oh, yes, from the infirmary. You had a message for the Crystal Exarch, did you not? It's good to see you back on your feet. And on patrol, no less. Oh, it's nothing official. It's all... as all that. Strictly speaking, we're off duty. But as we had a free moment, we thought we'd give a few less traveled roads a look. The guards doesn't have enough hands on the patrols. Ugh. Hands to patrol them regularly, you see. So we fucked some guys up. That's admirable. There are few so devoted in their duty, in Lakeland or beyond. Well, we've been talking about it for a while, and neither of us are satisfied with just seeing out our service. Wow. Warriors of Light. It feels like we couldn't do more. We should be doing more. More. It's all about having the will to help our fellow man. And the resolve to see it through. I remember you, the excitable one. Sorry, sir. I got a bit overexcited the other day. Couldn't get my words out. The name's Vonard, sir. I'm with the guard, but I don't just want to protect Lakeland. I want to protect the lot. Just like the Warriors of Light. Sadly, our duties prevent us from venturing so far beyond from our little corner of Novranth. What we'd really like to do is travel. To better ourselves. And to go where need is greatest. But everyone has to start somewhere, don't they? For now, if we can stop Nightshade from robbing our odd fishermen, that's what we'll do. Respect, yo! Well, well, future heroes of the first, do you think? They want not for spirit. 'Tis but a pity. They draw inspiration from from so clouded a wellspring. Yet it availeth us not to fret in idleness. We must needs press on if we are to bring Elidibus' schemes to light. A whale's tale. Do 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 do. Here we go. Though our respite was cut short, I dare say we are all eager to avail ourselves of such knowledge as the ruins may hold. Aye, and I doubt further contemplation of Elidibus' machinations would be conducive to relaxation. We may well make for the split hole now. Do 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 do. What? Ahaha. Oh, and we got a dwarf quest up here, which I haven't done just yet. But just to update the populace, there is this is raids. Yeah, I've gotten some, you know, There is progress being made on that front. All are present. Now we need but await the Bismarck's coming. Or Bismarck. I can tell this is like more acted scene, yo. No? That's ridiculous. 'Tis time. Pray make ready. And fuck playing with people when you can do it by yourself. I have daily support, and we're gonna do this one, yeah? Enter Anomalous Neda. There we go. We march! Ah. To the depths. Oh shit. This is fucking jazz. The time has come to part with these interlopers. Double defense. Whoa! We can just head indoors. But no. That's fucking sick. Fuck. dun, dun, dun. Ah! Okay, we just arrived. Okay. Go, little wanderers. Come along, disturbing secrets await, and all that. Dun 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 dun. Oh look, it's a boss. Whoa, 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 whoa. I'm fucking up my rotation. Whatever. Uh-oh. Shoot. Oh, so you actually have some time to stand. Oh, okay. That's unfortunate. Is it always this theme in a boss battle in Shadowbringers? Okay, so now we have some time to actually do some damage before going like this. Do we kill this other thing? We do, okay. Oh! Maybe we should just kill this thing first. I think. Uh-oh. Whoa! Fire everything! Without mercy! Are you alive? Nice. Oh, we gotta kill you too. Okay. Whatever. Got it. Right, nice. Of casting? Come on, man. Well, I suppose I don't actually need this shit. But is this like another section of the same city? Come along, team! Don't dally behind. Uh-oh. Start that AoE, you know what I'm saying, bro? I can also do jazz. Demolish!